What up, y'all? How we doing? 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 We're playing with some things, as you can see. Our little setup, our view, our scene, so to speak. Everybody having a good weekend? I've had a fantastic weekend. Oh. Well, hopefully I hit continue. And that I did. Yeah, good weekend. Yeah, that's where I was. We need to get caught up. If I remember correctly, we were basically found out that, well, speaking of that guy, his factory is the one that had the nasty union riot. Nibbler, what's up, bro? How we doing? And the major is when it started the hostilities against the striking union workers. Who the hell is this lady? Alright, she's just a staff member. And her boy died at the factory strike. So she's got reason to blame the major. So she just became a suspect. Oh, and this was being asserted by the major. Follow the riots. Major was getting paid bank. Is my internet being stupid? It looks like it. Of all the nights. It's gotta be Mystery Sunday, yo. Who the fuck was this? Okay, we got a lot of stuff on the staff. Who's she? What murder? Ah, okay. So she wants revenge on the Major or Ernesto. Because Luke, we got a couple people tied to Luke. Whoa. What are we supposed to be doing now? Dr. Igna. Alright, Igna. Is that her?
Is there something you need, detective?
I need the truth. Alright. Tell me about your true
She
relationship.
helped me at the shelter and with this job.
That I am already aware of. What I am not is what else she tasked you with.
Pardon, detective?
I know that your position as a servant in this house is not your only job. What did Comtesse de Vos ask you to do while in this house?
She said I had to do what she asked, or I would be back on the street. I didn't want to do it. If anyone found out, I would be the prime suspect.
Madame Vandenbosch would have been aware of young Ing's past, whatever the fuck her name is, and she's worried that they would accuse her. What was asked of her must be related to her past life as a thief.
Merci, mademoiselle.
We're just gonna drop it there. I was following Margot's orders.
Order and method.
Okay,
That
I
is
figured
the way
she
to
stole it.
solve the problem. I should not be surprised
Yeah.
by my own skills of data.
That will make sense. We got another one. All right, we're gonna talk to Igna first. Is assisting with thefts. And old boy's lost his key.
What a revelation!
Shivanok instinct is marvelous. I thought it was irresponsible of Archibald to lose his key, but now its disappearance makes sense. Ingrid stole Archibald's key, and we gotta talk to the old girl. Alright!
Is there something you need, detective?
What was it that the Countess asked you to steal from the house?
Nothing. She said I was to take nothing.
If it was not something she wished you to take, what was it?
She wanted me to find out information about the family and Monsieur Hagen.
Why did she request that?
At first I didn't know, but when I heard about Mademoiselle Angeline being blackmailed, and then the Major, I knew she had used what I found.
Perhaps my suspicions of Monsieur Sterling's involvement with the Major safe were incorrect, and this key was lost, but was not lost, but stolen. Tell me how you accessed the safe.
I knew Monsieur Archie had a key, and it would be easy to get it from him.
You knew that the Major asked Monsieur Sterling to access the safe from time to time, and if anything was ever discovered missing, he would surely take the blame.
Good
I
call.
never took anything. I only told the Countess what I had found.
And that was?
About Monsieur Hagen and the Madame's relationship. And Angeline.
I'm sure the Countess was pleased to hear such valuable information.
She said I had done a good job, but I needed proof. That's why I went back and got the letters last night.
So it was young Inge that beat Madame Van den Bosch to the safe last night. But why would they be left in such precarious fashion? When I returned to the study this morning, the letters remained out and the safe open.
I fetched the letters again and took them to the Countess last night. But she shouted at me and said what a stupid girl I was.
You were only doing as she requested.
She said it was too dangerous for her to have them with you around. That's when I returned them to the study. I thought I heard someone on the stairs, so I just threw them back. It was dark as I dared not turn the light on. Someone would have seen it.
Trying to slot a key into a lock in the dark is no easy feat. That would explain the scratches on the safe. If Madame Van Bosch had only tried to retrieve the letter minutes earlier, should have surely crossed paths.
Merci, mademoiselle.
He knows of the hidden room and she accessed the safe.
Is
No?
there something I am not seeing? Things are beginning to become clearer.
Alright, I wonder how many secrets the house holds for Ingrid to find.
Magnifique.
If there is somewhere in this house where a secret lies, it surely should be found in that hidden room. My suspicions of the Countess' connection with Ingrid was correct. She was using the young girl to find out anything and everything she could about the family. Well, the Countess need not get her hands dirty. Madame Bosch's secrets may be in the hidden room. Talk to Inga. Madame Bosch's secrets may be in the hidden room. Oh, we got a match here.
I cannot see the logic in this.
No, so the
Perhaps a
staff
second
knowing the
look at the
family's hiding
evidence in front
something
of
is
me.
not correct. There
would
it is.
say a lucky guess.
Oh, Margot.
I would say a moment.
Such a calculating web of lies and secrets. What motive could possibly justify such devious actions? And finally, I've unmasked the blackmailer. Mademoiselle Angeline and the other recipients of such letters may no longer even fear. Comtesse Vos shall pay for her crimes. Alright. There's one case down. We're going to talk to a lady here. Did we blow that? I mean, it's not our fault. But, Fish, you were just hanging out in my lap for a minute.
Merci for coming.
Have you had a breakthrough, Detective?
I have. Finally, I have the news you have awaited.
Please, Detective, don't hold me in suspense.
Haha. I finally uncovered the identity of one of the holding the Vandermont's name for Robinson.
Oh my, I feel faint at the thought of knowing who could have done this to us.
It is said to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. It is Comtesse de Vos that is behind the letters.
The bitch.
I don't believe it. What about the Major's letter?
Not only his, but a letter to Monsieur da Silva.
She was blackmailing him as well. Detective, I just don't know what to say.
Take a moment, mademoiselle. It is a lot of information to take in.
I just don't understand why she would do such a cruel thing.
Oh, what do you know of young Ing's
She has
past?
never been particularly forthcoming with it. Only that she was homeless for some time and that she was at the women's shelter before here.
And it is there that the Comtesse abused her power and manipulated her to uncover secrets of the family.
All this time she has been working for Margot, doing her dirty work.
I am afraid so, mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle is in a shock. To learn that such a close friend of the family has betrayed them in such a cruel way, it must be devastating.
Is Maman aware?
You are the first I have told, mademoiselle. Next will be the authorities.
I'm afraid that we'll have to wait.
S'il vous plaît, mademoiselle, we must go through the correct channels.
And we will. I want to see her punished to the fullest extent of the law. But we cannot telephone anyone, as the lines are still down.
Damn phone's out.
Monsieur Archibald informed me earlier I had hoped they would be working again. Last night's snow must have caused more damage than expected.
Last night? They have been done all weekend, Detective. Detective? Are you okay?
How could I have been such a fool? I saw Monsieur Sterling talking on the telephone, but I heard no ring.
Detective Poirot?
It was all a lie. It seemed acted out for my benefit to throw me off the scent. If I believed that the Major was still alive at the time, I had no reason to investigate anyone's whereabouts beforehand. Anyone being Monsieur Sterling's and his staff.
Would you like me to fetch you a glass of water, Detective?
My apologies, mademoiselle. I was taken by surprise for a moment, but I have regained my composure. A glass of water is not required. Would you excuse me? Merci, mademoiselle.
Okay, so which one's Sterling? Is that Archie? Chapter 7, The Family. Never cross the family. My patience has grown thin. The guests and the staff of this house thinks it acceptable to lie to my face when questioned and obstruct my investigation. But no more. We shall see how Monsieur Sterling and his staff fare under some pressure. Dig deeper into Archibald and Rihanna's suspicious actions. I've been led to for the last time. My suspicions initially led to my guests, but now they are firmly placed on the staff. Monsieur Sterling and Mademoiselle Rihanna cannot hide their lies any longer. Mm-hmm. Ah, we didn't get into that room. We missed something. What's up, Baxter? How we doing? Is this our room or her room? Following orders, access to safe. Do all that. Oh, it's another day in paradise. I'm worn out. I did a lot of yard work today. I'm sunburnt. I got a sunglass tan line. But my shit looks looking sharp. Alright, we share a wing with Ernesto, do we? It looks like Elizabeth is on her way to see me, but it's such a late hour.
Mademoiselle, what a pleasure to see you.
Detective,
It is a rather late hour to be wandering the halls.
Oh, yes, of course. I do not feel myself, Detective.
If that is the case, you should be resting. Allow me to help.
No, that's quite all right. I will see to my duties and return to bed.
Why'd you just poo-poo her then, Poirot?
Lizzie, excuse me, Elizabeth. Lady Van den Bosch has been waiting for some time now.
Oh, yes, sorry. Detective Poirot was just...
I'll see to the detective. You just head on up. Off you go.
Just the man we wanted to
Good night,
see.
Detective.
Bonne nuit, mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth is certainly not herself. I thought the death of the Major had brought up uncomfortable memories of her beloved Luke. But it may be something else. What could it be?
I'm sorry about her, Detective. As you can see, she is still not back to her usual bubbly self.
This weekend seems to have taken quite a toll on her.
She'll be right as rain in a couple of days. Now, what can I help you with?
As if by magic you appeared when needed. I would like to speak with you and the remaining staff. If you could gather them in the staff pantry.
At this hour, Detective? Is that really necessary?
Yes, it is.
I shall be the one that determines what is and what is not necessary, and this is very much the former.
As you wish, Detective. I'll see if Inge has finished preparing for breakfast.
And Mademoiselle Rihanna?
Yes, of course. I'll fetch her from the kitchen. Elizabeth may be some time with the lady of the house. Perhaps you'd like to start with us?
Very well. I shall speak with Mademoiselle Elizabeth when her duties are complete.
Okay.
While I am gathering the staff, Mr. Beckers is in the library. If you wish to join him, I could bring you both a nightcap.
I wish to keep a clear head, but there is something I wish to discuss with Monsieur Beckers.
This is my opportunity to confront Monsieur Beckers, but his dealings or lack thereof with Monsieur de Silva without being disturbed. Oops, I forget we're not playing disco. Dude, I'm pissed we don't have the hidden room. Hey, Selena, what's happening? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Ego Beckers. She's upset. I'm upset.
Oh.
Okay, well, I don't know where the library is. Is this the library? Library? It is. It is. You hope you had a good weekend, Selena. Because it's over. Back to reality tomorrow.
Monsieur Beckers, it is rather late. The other guests have already retired to their rooms.
Yeah, my weekend wore me the fuck out.
I didn't even see the time. It's easy to lose oneself in a library this impressive.
That is something we can agree on, monsieur.
I suppose I should be heading.
A moment, monsieur. There
No,
are some
not
matters
so
that we
fast.
must discuss.
Oh, what is it, detective?
I did not realize your relationship with Mademoiselle O'Connor was so business-oriented. Morning, did your speech go the way you expected? Yeah.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Her proposal to make you somewhat of a star, a figurehead for the working man. What would you call that?
There was certainly no talk of making me a star. That is not the type of man I am. She wanted to write a piece on my work with the union, and I was happy to oblige.
Monsieur Beckers has always appeared to have the workers' intentions at the forefront of his decisions, but perhaps the thought of being remembered for something great was too much for him to pass up. Did your speech go the way you expected?
My speech? I'm not sure what speech.
You may save your false ramblings for your next audience. I am aware you spoke with the Major yesterday.
Whoever told you that has it wrong, detective.
Please, monsieur. The truth.
Okay, fine. Yes, the
He
man
was like,
I spoke, but it was not for long.
What was the matter of your conversation? Well, I understand it was not a light-hearted chat.
I was trying to convince him to speak with Ernesto. It's time we brought the strikes to an end.
And that was best approached by a shouting match?
He wouldn't listen to what I said. I spent so long preparing how I was going to convince him, but men like him are only swayed by one thing: money.
Yeah. Monsieur Beckers is not wrong. Had he tried to grease the Major's palm, perhaps he would have been more successful.
It is said that money is the root of all evil, but it can also be a rather powerful bargaining chip.
Well, he was bargaining with people's lives. If he had acted sooner, none of those men, my men, would have to die.
Major oversaw the security at the factories. Could he have done more to stop the strikes turning violent? He started it. De Silva had prepared a deal.
It was an insult.
And that is why you did not sign it?
I didn't sign it because the workers deserve so much more. Not his pathetic attempts to get them back to work.
Did you think there was a chance for a better deal to be made?
I know there was. He's a pompous swine that cares for only himself and filling his pockets.
That's why he's dead. I'm sure I've heard that description of Monsieur de Silva before. Or something similar. Push on Jacqueline's influence over Hugo. Alright.
Mademoiselle Conrad can be quite convincing, can she not?
She has certainly taken several wealthy business partners by surprise with her knowledge and prowess.
Yeah.
She knows how to use.
By the time you got back, came back,
Nibbler,
Nibbler, you took off. Shows you womanly powers and does what good she
But
wants.
she did not surprise or use you.
Me? Used me? Don't be ridiculous, detective. There were no games played at my expense.
But Joe Beckers is quite a way with words and is a fan of his own voice. Perhaps I should allow him the opportunity to speak and open up without too much interruption or force. Even though she was able to convince you not to sign a deal, I am sure many have been persuaded by her feminine pride. We would be curious, right? Yeah.
No, she just reminded me of what I was fighting for.
You were used. Direct. What's going to make him talk more? What's antagonize him?
Excuse me?
You had the opportunity to end the strikes before the tension escalated, let alone blood being spilt. But you chose not to.
How dare you? Everything I have done has been for those men. I fight for their rights and their fair treatment. I may not be perfect, but I've done everything I can.
Your efforts fell short in every respect. You claim to be the voice of the people, but you care about no one's voice or benefits but your own.
It's not as easy as just signing a piece of paper, Detective. It is a heavy weight to bear on one's shoulders. I consulted with others.
You yourself spoke of Mademoiselle Conrad's cunning in business.
And I told you, I was not one of her targets.
Tell me then, what was it she reminded you of? The acclaimed man of the people you would be known as if you pushed the factory owners for more?
It wasn't like that at all.
From where I am standing, it was she that was manipulating the terms of the deal, and you in the process. You were merely her pawn.
I think you have let your imagination run away with you, Detective. She merely offered some advice. What kind of union leader and fighter for equality and fairness would I be if I just did what someone told me to do?
Mademoiselle Conrad.
Oh, we
can
get to
be
do it
quite
again.
convincing,
She has certainly taken
but she did not
me. Used me.
Okay, Curious was
No.
right.
And I stand by that. It was an insult.
A rather bold move to make such a decision on your own.
Everything that has happened is my doing.
I'm assuming we got that last
You
one wrong.
yourself spoke of Mademoiselle Conrad's cunning in business.
And I told you, I was not one of her
Tell me then, what was it she reminded you of?
It wasn't like that.
From where I am standing, it was you were merely her.
Okay, yes, I know. I shouldn't have listened to her. But what else could I do? Remain an unknown my whole life? I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt.
It may not have been your intention, but we both know the result. You rolled the dice with those men's lives for fame, and you lost.
But you're from a large family?
What does that have to do with anything?
I have often wondered about the competition siblings face in a large family.
When you're young, it is the best feeling to know you have family that will stand by you, without even being asked. It is not until everyone starts carving their own path that you realize you're walking yours solo, and those that were beside you are now miles away. My older brothers were the athletes of the family. They both played soccer, and were the infatuation of every teenage girl. I'm sure you have seen the type.
Hold on, he wouldn't call it soccer. They play football.
Oui, monsieur, but I can assure you that was not I.
Then there was me. Quiet, timid, a shadow of the Baker brothers. My voice and very presence was forgotten and ignored. Nothing I could say or do would ever reach the bar they had set. But I always knew I was destined for great things. Years passed, and now that I no longer stood in the colossal ombre of my brothers, I could become my own man. When the position of union leader was posted, it was my chance to finally be heard. You hear politicians say
I'll pay
the
attention,
little
Selena.
of the common man? Well, that was me. And I knew what we
What do you guys think
wanted
about the
and what we
background?
needed.
How does the screen
When
look
I
too?
spoke, others
Does everything
listened.
look nice?
I held their gaze with a sense of pride, a sense that what I was doing was for the greater good.
Like, how's the game look? It looks pretty solid on my end. But I got a little itty bitty screen.
It was supposed to be my crowning achievement. Lead the men to victory over the money-grabbing oppressors. But instead, all I did was lead them to their deaths.
Monsieur, it was not at your hands that these men died. The blame cannot lie solely on your shoulders. Those responsible will be punished for
Thanks.
their crimes. That you must trust.
I'm glad it's looking good. Now, Joe Becca's story is one of fighting to have one's voice heard. Be it a single or one of the masses. I'm afraid he maybe remembered what he did, but not in the way that he hoped. We did talk to Hugo.
It's getting late, Detective, but if you must...
Merci, monsieur.
Okay. I guess. Well, speaking with Mr. Beckers was not the reason for me being up at this hour. He was able to fill in some blanks regarding the Major, but not in getting any closer to discovering his killer. Perhaps the staff living quarters will. Don't be doing that yawning crap, but I can't help it. I worked hard today. Oh, big guy. Ah. I think they put the staff quarters on the ground floor, yeah? It's not the first floor. You did work hard, but you feel like it. Ooh, this is our first time being in here, isn't it? A decent supply of locks. Hope the staff also gets to make use of them with this weather. Newspaper. They are a few days old and do not hold a candle as to what transpired here this weekend. I love me a good hammock. I'm glad I'm a guest of the house. I'm not sure how well I would sleep in such a contraption. Oh, you'd sleep like a fucking baby, dude. Who's got their luggage packed?
Aha.
A war medal that I assume must belong to the Major.
Huh.
A rather luxurious jacket. The initials read FX. Felix Hagen? Are these scruffy boots his as well? Why would they be left in here, though? These items I have found are most intriguing and require an explanation that I believe one of the staff can give. I shall meet them in the pantry.
Detective, what
Guess
can
we were
do
done.
for you?
Who the fuck is Felix Hagen, though? Which one's him?
You can help me by telling the truth, and in the process, help yourselves.
Sorry, Detective. It's a bit late in the night for riddles.
It is no riddle, monsieur. If I do not receive the truth, you shall all be charged as accessories to murder.
The murder.
I think maybe you have been locked in this house for too long. We have already...
You have told me a version, and now I require honesty.
Yeah, let's link this so we get more information.
Come, my little grey cells. Another success.
Okay, the coat.
I
And
never
Hugo saw him
doubted
outside. Major would not allow such a fine coat in the staff area. Someone must have worn it. More importantly, however, who wore the Major's clothes?
This will not get me any. I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the.
A war medal.
I must act on thought and.
Okay, so just give me the answer. Archibald staged the phone call. And Rihanna claims she took ice to the Major.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
The theory that the Major has been killed during dinner was nothing but a ruse. Why are the staff covering for the real time of death? I know, but we're gonna find out, homie. I don't know about this hidden room.
Mademoiselle, I shall keep my questions brief.
I don't know what else I can tell you.
You have been honest with me so far. All I request is that you continue to do so.
Oui, detective.
I'm already aware of Mademoiselle's involvement with the blackmail, but I'm not sure if she is also connected to the Major's murder. Tell me what happened before you found the Major in the study.
It was frantic in the pantry. We were working hard to make sure everything was up to scratch.
Go on.
Then
Go
Liz
on.
burst in, asking for Mamore's help.
Liz burst in asking for Mama and Ray's help. Okay.
Her help with what, exactly?
I don't know. She took Liz to one side, and I was needed in the salon. We spoke just after that in the pantry.
You did not question what she needed help with?
I was too busy. I love Liz, but she sheds a tear at almost everything these days. Although, I have never seen her look so pale.
Did she just kill him? Mademoiselle Elizabeth still looked pale when I saw her earlier. I understand the amount of work that goes into keeping a house of this size running, but if Madame can't expect staff to work if they are ill. Perhaps Mademoiselle Rihanna can clear up the reason for Elizabeth's panic.
Merci. I shall Mademoiselle, I shall be as quick and precise with my questioning as possible.
Okay. What do you need?
Yeah, let's bring up the brother.
Merci. He was a good man. Taken too early.
Forgive me, mademoiselle, for not extending them earlier, but I was not aware of your relationship.
He was my only brother. And he died doing what he believed was right. If I ever get my hands on who took him from me.
I understand why she is so angry for her brother to be taken from this world at such a young age, and in such a violent manner. Violence cannot be met with violence, but not sure Mademoiselle feels the same. What your brother's involvement in the factories?
You say the riots, but it was the strike he was part of. They started the riots, not the workers.
Yeah, we know that.
By they, you are referring to the security forces. They were brought in to keep the peace.
Security, huh? They were brought in to make an example of them. It was all peaceful
Oh, my
until
back
they
is tight.
arrived.
Why would they need to make an example?
So that the workers would stop rallying. No one is going to go on strike if they think they'll get killed. The security you talk of were armed and ready. The workers were pigs to the slaughter. What chance did they have?
It's obvious. Mademoiselle is still upset about her brother's death. And rightly so. If the events were so Mademoiselle describes, I cannot comprehend how security forces were able to get away with such despicable acts of violence. You took Major 2,
Yes.
correct? Ice? Yeah, what?
This was before or after Archibald took him a bottle of whiskey.
Before.
You are sure?
It may have been after.
The whiskey is kept in the cellar with all the alcohol.
It is.
Then you must have noticed him going into the cellar and returning with a bottle through the pantry, no?
Yes, I suppose I did. It must have been before then.
Mm-hmm. It only took one question for Mademoiselle to doubt her own story. What I so cannot see is why the need for the lies.
What is there to say? Being locked away in the pantry, I don't see her for most of the day.
That may be. But she came looking for your help before dinner was served, did she not?
She wasn't feeling well, that's all.
And she came to you.
I told you, we are a family here. The girls come to Mama Reh if they have a problem, and I fix it.
When
She's a
I saw
fixer.
her earlier, I must admit she was not looking herself. Perhaps I should check on her.
No, just leave the poor girl. She'll be fine after another bowl of my homemade soup. She just needs her rest.
I'm sure Mademoiselle is a loving mother figure to the staff. Well away from their families, but her eagerness to keep me from seeing Mademoiselle Elizabeth again does not sit comfortably.
Merci, mademoiselle. That is all for now. Aha.
All right, Archie.
Monsieur Sterling, is there anything you would like to add to your story?
I'm not sure what you think I have done, Detective.
Let us not string out this charade any longer.
Telephone call the Major received.
From his associate. I've already told you, Detective. I don't know who it was.
Do not worry yourself on such details now. I suppose they were lucky to have called when they did. Otherwise, they may not have gotten through at all, with the telephone lines being down as of yesterday.
Aye, Detective. Lucky, I guess.
Lucky. Monsieur Sterling is no fool. I believe he is aware, suspect him of something. Perhaps some carefully wound questions are all are needed from slip up. You were last to see the Major alive when you brought him the bottle of whiskey in his city, correct? Let's go with the whiskey.
Whiskey?
You took a bottle of whiskey to the Major. You spoke with Monsieur Demire en route.
Aye, of course. It was a bottle he picked up from his last visit to Scotland. Rather smoky number from the Highlands. He was saving it for a worthy occasion. Drowning his sorrows must have been fitting enough.
At first he doesn't remember about it all, and if by magic he recalls the exact details.
Or was it the one from the West Coast? You'll have to excuse my memory, Detective. It's not what it used to be.
What's up with the
Oh,
medals?
you found it. Thank you, Detective. I've been looking everywhere for it.
If I had lost a war medal, I would not stop until I found it.
It's not what you think. I was...
Exploiting a dead man's military achievements for your own personal gain?
Nothing of the sort. He asked me to clean them up. I must have dropped it into my pocket when I was putting them back. An honest mistake.
Never ever heard such a pathetic excuse to explain a stolen item in one's possession. I would expect a lot better lie from an infant. I'm no expert, but I presume a medal like that would be of quite some
I
value.
wouldn't know. Probably.
Your father was in the military for many years. That is what you told me.
He was.
And your family still keep his medals?
They were sold.
And why was that, monsieur?
Is my family on trial now, Detective?
They are.
Only you, monsieur. And I repeat my question.
Because we needed money.
Voila.
Mr. Stilling was well aware of the medal's value when it found its way into his belongings. Yeah, clean on him?
No. He keeps them safe with some of his old military documentation.
Is that a typical job for the head butler?
He trusts me to do a good job. I told him I used to clean my father's, so he asked me to do the same.
And where does he keep these items?
In the storage room. I know where everything is, so it's just easier if I fetch them for him as and when he needs them.
I never recall seeing any military memorabilia or keepsakes when I was in the storage room. Could there be another storage room?
It's certainly better than my last.
You are paid a fitting wage for the work that is asked of you?
I'm sure the lady of the house would not want me discussing it, but I should not complain.
That is not the most convincing answer, monsieur.
Between you and I, we all work very hard here, and it would be nice if we were rewarded for it.
That's the truth. It seems Mr. Sterling was trying to convince me, as he has himself, that the light-fingered actions are just final due to a petite wage he receives for his honest work.
Please don't go anywhere. If I require more information, I shall call on you again.
Alright, we got two things to put together. Random believes workers didn't stand a chance. Oh, we got a whole bunch of stuff. Come on, fish. Okay. Figure it out. You're sliding. Now we lost our blanket. What are you doing to me, fish? There we go. All right. She's unsure about timings. Okay, yeah. So we're linking these up.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
How can you forget something so important from only the day before?
I must act on thought and fact, not on impulse.
Hasn't noticed a lack of calls. You're a jerk, fish.
I cannot see the logic in...
I don't know why.
Come, my little
Yeah.
Brussels. Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Okay. Both Archibald and Miranda played the parts very well. That is until they became complacent. Why does staff feel the need to fabricate stories? Alright, they made that shit up. We have one more.
Order and method. That is the...
Alright, what can we link up here? Random being under the weather has got nothing to do with Archie.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth. This will not get me any
I mean, that
closer
should
to my
work,
goal.
you would think. Worn out boots.
Things are
Oh,
becoming
what? Because they're poor, they got worn out boots? I should have known at first glance these belong to a member of the staff, but who? Staff members' boots.
Is there something I am not seeing? I should not be surprised by my
Someone
own
wore the
skills of
major's
deduction.
A staff member dressed up in the major's clothes and took his position out in the snow for the guests to see. Why would they do this? They would so they wouldn't know when the time of death was. Yeah, I'm gonna stop at 10 o'clock, so we only got about 10 more minutes here. But have a good night.
This will not get me any closer to my goal. Order and method. That is the way. Magnifique.
I mean, you don't have to. I was just saying. I'm stopping at 10 too. I almost had to relay their stories back to them both. I can't. I was looking at just a word they have said. Why are they hiding the truth from me? Staff are hiding the truth because they're involved in the murder.
What a revelation.
It's a revelation I hadn't expected. The staff were involved in the murder. While young Inga is guilty of her own crimes associated with the blackmail, it has been so Sterling and Mademoiselle Ray that have been integral in covering up and obscuring the truth of how the Major was killed. The staff are already suspicious to begin with, but this confirms their involvement. Are all the staff members involved? I'm close to reveal the truth about the Major's murder, but I must understand the roles of each and every person involved before the final puzzle is solved. Conclude each staff member's association to the murder. Okay, so Archibald says a phone call.
I must take a different approach if I am to
Okay.
I cannot cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a sec...
Okay, hold on. Luke and Luke.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Alright, Elizabeth's husband, fiance died, and her brother. I can't imagine the pain they felt losing Luke. His memory will live on in their hearts.
Is there something I am not seeing? Come, my little grey cells.
There's only like 5 answers. Why can't I get these right? We tried this. Yeah, we already tried that.
I must act on thought and...
We see 3 of them glowing, but there's should be 4 of them.
The pieces of the puzzle.
Okay, she looked
finally
white
coming
because she
together.
killed him? Lily looked pale, and the other members of the staff were busy with their duties. She must have found the body, but did she play a part in the murder?
Come, my little grey cells. We must... I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I am confident Inga isn't part of the cover-up that has purely been the focus of the other staff.
This will not get me any... I must take a different approach. Is there something I am...
I'm totally missing something.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Although her duties are primarily focused in the kitchen and pantry, I don't recall seeing her. Brianna wasn't seen after Elizabeth found the corpse.
Magnifique.
Impersonating the Major was Rihanna's role in the plan. Why was it necessary? I am not sure yet. Why did she feel the need to cover for Elizabeth?
What a revelation.
Archibald's acting skills came into play to cover for a member of the family staff, but who? Archibald was covering for a staff member.
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second look at the evidence in front of me. Order and method. That... Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a
Okay,
moment of
so
genius.
Archibald was covering for Elizabeth finding the body. Stage phone call was Archibald's assignment. He went to great lengths to protect Elizabeth, but why did he feel the need to cover for her? Well, young Inga's guilty of her own crimes, so the blackmail, Montrose Gentleman and Rosano have been integral in the part of covering up the obscuring the truth of how the Major was killed. I now have other pieces of the puzzle. I must return to my room and place them together until the result reveals itself. It is time for my little grey cells to work. And that's perfect time for us to wrap it up, guys. Drop a like if you haven't already. Drop a sub if you're new. Nibbler, Selena, Baxter, I appreciate you guys all showing up. I am out.